That is pretty cool in the valley right there. Oh yeah, that's wicked. So let's answer, I guess, the question, why do I want to get my carry permit? I guess, first of all, I'm a military veteran. Right after I got out of the military in the state of New Jersey, if you guys aren't aware, because every state is different, if you want to purchase a firearm, whether it's long rifle or a pistol, in the state of New Jersey, you can't just go to a store and just purchase a gun. In the state of New Jersey, you actually have to apply for what's called a firearms ID card. So you apply for a firearms ID card, you fill out obviously all the questions, you pay a small fee, they do a full and thorough background check. It goes to the state police, it goes to your local police, to the FBI, all that good stuff. They do the background check on you, then it comes back to your town whether you're approved or not. And then if you are approved, you go to the town, you pay the fee. I don't know what it is. I got mine back in, I don't know, 1998. What do we have here? Oh my goodness. Got a Cobra. I don't know if it's real or if it's a kit car, but either way it is badass. Oh, that is nice. Sweet. And then you pay your fee, and then you get your firearms ID card. Now that firearms ID card is only good for long rifle, and once you get your firearms ID card, it is pretty much good and valid forever. You don't have to pay any renewal fee or anything like that. So through the course of the rest of your life, if you want to buy a long rifle, meaning shotgun, rifle, long, right? Not pistol. If you want to go purchase something, you can. So then you basically take that firearms ID card, and then you go to your local gun store, and then basically you find your choice of weapon that you want to purchase, and then you you give them your firearms ID card, and then what happens is you do paperwork, and then it goes through another check. Got sun in my eye. So now, as far as them doing the other check, which you have to wait again to get approval for, I don't know at what level it goes. Maybe it just goes to the state police level. Maybe somebody that knows could clarify that in the excuse me, comment section. So I don't know, maybe, like I said, maybe somebody could clarify that, but they go through another check. Maybe it could be the same check, but they go through another check, and then they call you. They could call you within an hour. It could take up to a day, whatever. But then once they call you back, everything's okay. You could actually go back to the gun store and purchase your long rifle, whatever you purchase. So that's the process. I know in other states, I think you don't need a firearms ID card. You just go to the gun store, you fill out your application, they do a quick background check, and boom, you know, you purchase your gun. But in the state of New Jersey, it's definitely more difficult, I guess I want to say. It's just I guess a more thorough, you got to go through more hurdles than other states, but that's the process. So now that firearms ID card is not good for pistols, handguns. You cannot go to the store with the firearms ID card and purchase a handgun. So what you have to do now is you have to go online now and apply for a handgun permit. So you could apply for, I believe, like as many as you want. I don't know if they cap, if there's like a limit on them, but you could apply for whatever, 1, 2, 3, 5, and then what happens is And this is on top of your firearms ID card. So you apply for, let's just say, one handgun permit, and then now you got to wait, you know, a while. Like the firearms ID card takes a couple weeks. The handgun permits also take up to a couple weeks. So you apply, and then you'll get an email back. Everything now, pretty much from what I see, is done online. Just like when I just applied for the CC9 permit, or my handgun permit, to purchase the CC9, dead deer in the road. You know, you gotta wait. I waited a couple weeks, and then you get the email from the town where you live. Okay, it's been approved. You pay a small fee, and then you have your handgun permit to purchase on top of on top of the firearms ID card. I don't know, you know, it may be a little confusing to you guys that live in more relaxed states, but that's just how New Jersey is. And I'm sure a lot of the other states around here, like New York City, maybe Maryland, Massachusetts, Connecticut, they're all more difficult. I believe New Hampshire, like the only states around here, I believe New Hampshire is constitutional carry, like other states in the country, but New Jersey is just you know, much harder. But yeah, so that's the process in New Jersey, what you have to do to obtain all of these things if you want to purchase a long rifle or a pistol. So now once you have all that, and you have your pistol, once you purchase that pistol, that handgun permit that you just used to purchase your handgun, it's no longer valid. It was just good for that handgun. Now if I want to go buy another handgun, I gotta reapply for another handgun permit, another pistol permit. So the firearms ID card, like I just said, for long rifle is good forever. You could purchase as many as you want. So that's how it works in the good old state of New Jersey. That's the process. So now, why am I getting my concealed carry permit? Like, I honestly, when, you know, we couldn't get it really in New Jersey for the longest time. So, you know, and then they changed the law. Now you can get it. I forgot when they changed it. Maybe like 2-3 years ago. I think it was like 2022, if I'm not mistaken. But again, if somebody has the exact years, dates, whatever, put it down below in the comment section. And once they changed the law, I'm like, okay, you know, you could get, you know, your carry permit now, huh? I'm like, at first, I'm like, listen, I'm like, I was in the military, yes. I was never a policeman or nothing. But other than that, like, I never felt I needed to obviously carry. Obviously, through the course of the past 6 years, the only time I think, honestly, I felt I needed it was when I was, say, on a solo trip alone, right? Late at night, maybe in the middle of nowhere, right? That's probably like the only time I felt, hey, maybe I could have had it for protection. God forbid something happened. Have I ever been in some like shady situations? Yeah, of course. If you're riding by yourself, especially solo, right? Yeah, there's been some shady times, really late at night, I'm by myself, you know, a couple shady things happen, of course, you know, individuals walking up to the bike, hey, how you do, like, whatever, you never know. Or not only people, right? There's been a lot of times where I was in the middle of nowhere, you know, just in case for wildlife, right? Whatever it is. Could be a coyote attack, could be a wolf, could be a bear. Like, who the hell knows, right? Whether you're camping by yourself in the middle, you know, of the wilderness, I don't know. Like, I've literally been in those situations where I'm thinking, shit, Like if a wild animal popped up right now, like honestly, what do I have to protect myself other than my body, which isn't gonna do shit against a bear or a friggin' coyote or wolf or whatever, or cougar or something. I don't know, you know what I mean? So that's really, those like two reasons are the only really reasons why I'm thinking now, you know, should I get it or should I have it? Yes, obviously, I always think about, hey, listen, it's your, you know, Second Amendment constitutional right. I'm all for, obviously, protecting and all for the Constitution. But as far as me, like, I've never felt, other than riding, like I just gave you the two reasons, have I ever felt I needed. I tried to stay, how should I say this carefully? I try to stay away from any problems, meaning like around my area. Like if I see something happening, I try to get away from those situations as quickly as possible, or not be in those, or not get myself into certain situations where I feel I'm gonna need a firearm. But today, like times are different. You know, people are different. Like you see online, just like people are getting crazy. You know what I mean? They're really like they're just losing their mind. But still, there's a lot of laws that are different. If you do want to carry in the state of New Jersey, it's still different, and I'll go over those things with you after the class, because like you still can't go into an establishment, even if it's like a restaurant that serves alcohol. You can't carry in those establishments. Like you can't carry on federal property or police property, municipal property. You know, so there's a lot of things to know regarding a concealed carry in the state of New Jersey, where they're going to be different from state to state. So you have to really you know, follow the laws and the regulations of your state. It is chilly, a little chilly, 49 degrees. But yeah, that's why you have to go to this class, right? So there's a classroom portion of it where they're going to teach you like lawful use of force, which I'll tell you the kind of basics after the class is over. And then they're going to take you to a shooting portion where you're going to have to shoot, I believe it's 50 rounds. 80% or 80 points have to be on target in order for you to pass. And then you take that certification and you apply. And again, you apply for your carry permit. And again, the same thing. They're going to go through a background check. Now you may ask, okay, well, they did all these background checks on me already, as far as purchasing, you know, your firearms and stuff like that. Why do you have to do it again? I don't know. That's just the law. That's how it is. So then you take that certification, you apply for your concealed carry, and you should get it as long as everything is good. You didn't do nothing stupid. You should get it in a couple weeks. That's what I'm seeing on other online stuff, on videos, and just asking other people that I know that have. I know a lot of people that I personally know have their concealed carry permit. So obviously you can't be carrying and drinking. Obviously, that's just obvious, right? But there's a lot of things that you need to know, and that's why, honestly, me personally, yes, I believe everybody should have the right, obviously, your Second Amendment to carry. Do I think like this class is good? Yeah, I mean, me personally, yeah, I think so. I mean, I think you should have some training. I mean, yeah, I think you should know how to operate your firearm. Like, think about it. Like, what if you can't hit the target friggin' once? Should you have your concealed carry? I mean, I don't know. That's why this is like a touchy subject. That's why I don't want to ruffle no feathers. But it's just, again, don't kill me. It's just my opinion. Just like the military, right? Like, they're not gonna just go give you the gun. Here you go, and go out to war. No, they put you through training, and they make sure that you hit on target. If you don't hit on target, like, that's it. You're done. Like, what do you think? They're just gonna allow you to be a soldier if you can't hit a fucking target? I mean, come on now. And if you're like insane, or if you're you know, if you do have some mental issues, I mean, that's just normal. Do you think people that you know have some mental issues, do you want them out there in the world carrying a firearm? I mean, come on. These are just like, I think, common sense things, right? Or like the simple things like use of force. Like, it's a lot of responsibility. If you want to carry a firearm, it's a lot of responsibility. You know, you can't be a cowboy out there. You kind of need to know, you know, when is, like, you know, the right time to pull out the gun, or the lawful reason why to pull out a gun, or should you pull out your firearm. You know, so I just think this class is good. I think people should educate themselves on using their firearm, holstering and unholstering, all that stuff. So I just, me personally, I don't think it's a bad thing. That's all I want to say. I think it's a good thing to go through some kind of training before you carry. That's just my personal opinion. You can let me know down below in the comments as to what you guys think about it. But I just don't think you should, you know, be able to go, oh, purchase a gun, and all of a sudden, boom, you're carrying. That's just, again, my opinion. Take it for what it is. I just think there should be some kind of training behind it in order to be not only safe for other people, but safe for yourself, right? A lot of times, believe it or not, a lot of accidents occur when you're holstering and unholstering your own firearm. There's accidental, you know, discharges, and people do discharge their firearm in their leg or their foot or worse. So, you know, you should definitely get out there and practice with the firearm that you're going to be obviously carrying. So that's kind of the scoop, and those are the reasons why I want to get my carry. Then if you say, well, okay, John, you're only going to get it for New Jersey, but my intentions are, because other states, then I won't be able to carry. A lot of states, I'm not sure exactly which states, you can look this information up yourself. They have reciprocity, I believe that's the word. And what that means is, if you have a carry permit from one state, you'll be good to go in other states. They will actually allow you to carry. If you have a permit to carry in New Jersey, you're automatically allowed to carry in other states. Just like, I believe, like around here, it's like Vermont. I'll be able to carry in Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and other states. A lot of the states are out west. So then you'll ask the question, well then, how am I going to be able to carry through the states? Well, what happens is two things. You'll either have to remove your firearm and lock it up in, say, in your bag, go through that state, and then once you get into another state, then you'll be able to obviously carry it again, right? And kind of do that rigmarole, that, you know, song and dance. Or what you can do, which I'm going to do, is I could actually apply for my Pennsylvania carry. I could apply for my New York carry. I could apply, and it's just a simple thing online where you put in your current carry permit, you apply it in that state, and then if everything is good, you'll actually get your carry permit in that state. Then you'll actually be good to go, pretty much, to be able to ride. You still might have to do some kind of if you never want to take it off of yourself, off of your person, you might have to go around some states, but pretty much you know, you'll be able to get to the majority of the country if you do that, if you apply to other states and you get approved. So this way, obviously, you know, if you are riding solo in the middle of the night, which in the past 5-6 years, boy, man, you know, you guys know me, I have done a lot of riding the past 5-6 years, and a lot of times like I said, they just been late at night, middle of nowhere, stopping, you know, whatever, to warm up or for gas or just to take a break, and you just don't know what could happen. So it's just literally for protection. So we should be there shortly. Hopefully I could record a little there, and then if not, just in case, if not, I don't know if this gentleman that owns this company that's doing the CCW class, if he doesn't want me to record, I'll just tell you how it went when we get out. This whole area here in Northwest Jersey is really, really beautiful. As you guys can see, the trees are turning a little bit. Leaves are starting to fall. Certain trees turning, certain ones aren't yet. But the temperature actually went up unbelievably 10 degrees since I left my house. And typically when you go a little more north and west, typically temperatures will drop. But that says 58 degrees. We still got about 15 miles to go. That's Sparta High School. Really beautiful area. Yeah, the wind protection is just so good on this bike. Like, my legs aren't even cold. Friggin' heated grips. They just work so good. It feels literally nuclear. My bottom is nice and warm with the heated seat. Like, why am I riding an hour and 15 minutes northwest to get my CCW qualification when I really could have honestly drove like 3 miles down the road by my house and could have gotten it? I'll tell you why. Because around my area in the county, obviously it's suburbia, so you basically would take, there's numerous different places where you could get it, but it's the classes are inside, and then you gotta go to an indoor range and do it there. But I found out about this guy through a friend, like I said, and it's all I believe at his house. So it's like in a beautiful area. I said, hey, I'll take a ride, right? Nice early Sunday morning. You know, we love to ride on early Sunday mornings. I'll have a nice ride. We'll get there. Everything's done like in a more, how should I say, more like comfortable setting, right? It's at his house, and then literally right there, I believe he's even got like a fire pit where you hang out in front of, and then you do the shooting portion right there in his backyard. So what better than that, right? Better than sitting inside of a building and not being able to take a nice ride. So that's the only reason why I'm actually going this far to get this done.
Okay.
Thank you.
You don't have to fill out anything here, except for if you're doing white gloves.
The white glove is the first page. Show that out.
Something happens, you don't talk? I'll give you the numbers right here. Cost like 150 for the year.
Right, you can
Hey guys, the holsters are all outside the waistband. All right. 2, 1. Okay, so those are the targets you're shooting at. All right, guys. Even better.
Yeah.
3 days after class, one of the guys called me. I'm outside. I have one of your mags. Shooters on the line. Shooters on the line. Take a magazine out of your pocket. It's like, yeah, it's probably good when you bought this bag.
Yeah.
Shooters on the command of up. You're gonna draw your firearm out. Load your firearm. Rack the slide. Fire 10 rounds into your target. When you're empty, you're gonna drop that magazine on the floor and holster a safe, empty weapon. Shooters ready? Up. Take your time, guys. There's no rush. It's gonna.
He does everything. But like he did all this. He's doing this filler on my arm.
I want you guys to all do what we can do.
Yeah, I see it.
And like he can do.
So he's the
All right, shooters.
551
Ready?
579
Load.
27.
Fire till that magazine goes empty. Drop that magazine on the ground. Holster safe, empty.
You have a credit card or debit card on?
Everything's all set up.
bro.
I'm done. Okay. Ron, it was nice meeting you.
Pleasure,
Thank you
Fred.
so
Thank
much.
I'm going to take my target. I think I did really good. I did one grouping there. I did another grouping there. It's pretty tight. Another one there. And the rest over there. Didn't miss one. Hit every single one. I try to keep them in sections, so I kind of knew what I was going for. Overall, I did pretty good with a gun that I never fired before. All right, guys, all done. There was, I'm gonna say, about 50 people taking the course, but look at where you're taking the course. Look at the environment. It's not inside. You're around a campfire. It's all outside. You're shooting outside. You're taking the classwork outside. It's fairly quick. He goes over everything. I'm gonna leave you guys a link to his website. So this way, if anybody here in New Jersey or even out of state that want their New Jersey carry, there was a couple individuals here that were out of state that want their New Jersey permit to carry. So I'll leave you guys a link, and you guys could give them a call, because like I said, I think this is the best environment. And also, if you do have a bike,
because we do have a motorcycle YouTube channel, definitely take your bike up here. I parked it over here in the parking lot, and it's just an absolutely beautiful ride up here.
All right, so we are on our way back, and wow, it's just beautiful out now. 74 degrees. So many bikes on the road today. But I'm gonna be heading back home. I had my nice ride for today. Go home and do things with the family today. So yeah, so there was probably, I'm gonna say, about almost 50 people at the course. But you've seen in the video, he had about 14 people in line shooting at once. I believe it was at like whatever, 25, 20, 10, 5, and then 3 yards for a total of 50 rounds. And what's pretty cool is he supplied the guns. Like I took my own firearm, not even knowing that they were going to supply the firearms. So just so you guys know, if you do take Luigi's course, do not bring your firearm and do not bring your ammo, because he supplies everything. That's all included in the course. And what's cool about it is we're all using SIGs 22, so there was you know, basically like no recoil. As you guys seen in the video at my target, I had some pretty good groupings. I try to space each 10 rounds in different groupings, just so I know for myself. I forgot as far as how many you could miss. I think you got to get 80 points out of the 100, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, and that goes pretty fast. So I got there about 9. They went over a bunch of stuff, and then well, like at 1 o'clock I was out of there. And it was a nice setting, campfire, everything outside. The class portion was outside. As you guys can see, the firing portion was outside, which is cool. And I just like that better, you know. Oh man, what do we have here? Oh, nice. Hell yeah, dog. Look at that thing, huh? But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna leave you, I'll leave you the link. I really liked it. Beautiful ride up here. I'll leave you guys the link to Luigi's website and stuff, so you guys could check it out and sign up if you guys want to take his course. Really cool guy. It was really like fun. It wasn't it wasn't militant, didn't make you feel all nervous and stuff. It was just a really cool, laid-back environment, situation, made everybody feel comfortable, and it was lots of fun. We had some laughs. I would recommend just bring your protective eyewear and bring either your earplugs or your ear protection. Bring your FID with you, federal identification card. I would definitely bring that, because you're going to need that number, so you could put it on the form. And then pretty much it's just you know, you fill out the forms. You could actually get the white glove service, and he'll actually do all the paperwork for you. So basically he stamps it. Cute dog. Basically he stamps it. Basically he'll stamp the paperwork, and then he scans everything right there, and then pretty much he does all the legwork. He'll pay for the fees, except for the town fee, which you'll have to pay for in the town. And he does all the legwork. He'll put all that into through your town, so it goes into the state police. He does all that for you. And then basically, whatever, week, 2, 3 weeks, you'll just get an email, say to, hey, come pick it up or whatever. And then you got to pay your municipality. If you have a town where you don't hypothetically have a police department, then you have to fill all that out into the state police. So it's all different, but he goes through all that with you. But yeah, fairly simple. The shooting is fairly simple. I would just recommend definitely practicing. It really doesn't matter, honestly, if you practice with your own firearm, because you're not using your firearm there. You're going to use his firearm, but it's like I said, it's a 22. So as long as you pretty much primarily know how to shoot a firearm with iron sights, you're not going to have a problem here. And also, it's not from super far away. Like I said, I think the furthest distance was 25 yards. Anything at 25 or further, like, you should be like retreating or whatever. So that's why they don't go further. You don't, you know, you're not going to be needing to unless someone's literally like firing at you. But they go over all that also in the course, like the use of force, when you should pull out your firearm, all the safety behind it, the other states, like I showed you guys also in the video and the picture, which states will allow you to carry if you do have a permit in New Jersey, all the other states. And as you guys seen, the red states around New Jersey, you won't be able to. But like Pennsylvania, if you go into any one of the closest counties, you could apply there, and that'll be good for 5 years. Whereas your New Jersey carry permit is only good for 2 years. So we have to recertify every 2 years. What else? And then pretty much, once you have like Pennsylvania and say New York, like I'll be able to go anywhere in the continental U.S. There's obviously states like Washington, Oregon, California, forget about it, like, whatever. The West Coast states where you will not be able to carry unless, I don't know, I don't even know if you can. I don't even know if you can apply to those states, but I'm not really worried about that. And yeah, so that's the process. Now it's just pretty much a waiting game, and I should know here in a couple weeks. And then, once I get approved, then there's also, they tell you where you can carry and where you can't carry. I'll go over that really quick when I get home. I have some paperwork that Luigi actually gives all of us. He gives us like a folder, and all that paperwork in there is basically like, telling you where you can carry, where you can't, and pretty much the most important laws, like, use of force and stuff like that. So I'll go over that when I get home, just fairly quick. I just wanted to kind of bring some different content to you guys, and also let me know down below who carries. If you want to say it, if you want to mention it, if you want to keep it private, I totally get it. But if you do carry while you're riding, let me know, and what state you're from. Definitely tag that in the comments below. And also, if you want to mention why you carry, I'm just curious. Everybody's got their reasons, right? And maybe a lot of you guys don't carry, and you could also put that in the comments down below, why you don't. What a gorgeous day. Oh my God, middle of October. It is just absolutely beautiful. See that guy on the highway? Oh wow, look at that thing. Oh, nice. That is nice. That is sweet. I have no idea what that is, but it looks like the James Bond car. Beautiful. I definitely sport that. I'd be rocking that on a day like today with a top down, with my wife, go out to eat, right? Take a nice ride in the country. There's another one. I don't even know which one look at that. Maybe there was like a ride or a club that they all went out together, So yeah, then what else? So then once you get your carry permit, your picture is going to be on there, and then you basically just have to you got to carry that carry permit card on you. If you're carrying, you have to have it with you. Now, technically he said you can take a picture of it and have it on your phone, but I mean, like, God forbid your phone breaks, you lose your phone, or you can't unlock your phone, battery dies, whatever, and you can't show an officer, because if you do get pulled over or whatever, you have to tell them that you have a firearm on you. So, you know, then he's going to say, well, where's your carry permit? And if you can't supply that, you're going to have a problem. Like, I don't even know how it is in other states. Do you get a card, or I have no idea. So, like, the restrictions also in New Jersey, I mean, it's great that they did change the law, but the restrictions where you can or can't carry, it's pretty strict, you know? Like, you're not supposed to, obviously, you can't carry wherever they serve or consume alcohol. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I mean, do you really want to be in a bar? I don't know. I mean, you obviously can't consume alcohol while you're carrying, so where else? Like I said before, like government buildings, schools, even like government parking lots, stuff like that, you can't. So you just gotta be careful. Also, it's concealed carry, so your firearm has to be concealed at all times. You can't be showing your firearm off to anybody. If you have like an accidental showing, or somebody, like, whatever, you're reaching for something in a store and your shirt comes up and you show the firearm, well, that's a different story. That's accidental, but you just can't be openly carrying or really have a super tight shirt on where you're printing your firearm against your shirt that people could see it. And I think all that makes sense, because I mean, to have kind of, I don't want to say like upper hand, but yeah, I mean, if somebody doesn't know, if a bad guy wants to do something to you, it's obviously better that he doesn't know that you're carrying, if you know what I mean. And I believe that, I guess the reason why it's concealed carry is because I think, you know, we're just, as a state in whole, we're just not used to it, you know. We're just not used to people carrying. A lot of people on their bikes today. We're just not used to people carrying in this state. It's like when I was in the military, I was, you know, stationed at, say, Texas. You know, my boot camp was in Texas, and then I had some training schools in the military that were up near the Oklahoma border in Texas. I lived in Texas probably for about a year. You know, you go to a store, I remember when I was, whatever, 19, 20 years old, first time in Texas, and you just go to any store, and you see like 5 pickup trucks in front of the store, all with, like, you know, 5 shotguns on a rack in the back of the window. You know what I mean? So at that time, because I've never seen that, you never seen that in New Jersey. Like, if you're at a store in New Jersey, or even today, like, you know, and a pickup truck, and you got a couple shotguns across the way, like, they'll call the cops on you. You'll have a SWAT team by your car. That's just how it is, you know. So I remember when I was in Texas and seeing that for the first time, I was like, holy cow, like, you're like taken aback because you're not used to it. And I think that's one of the main reasons why it is concealed carry in New Jersey, is because just people aren't used to it. And if they see any person walking into a store and they see that you have a firearm and they see you're not a cop, obviously they're going to get worried. Maybe, who knows, maybe in years, I doubt it, but if just, you know, like in Texas, it was always like that, right? People are accustomed to it. And if people aren't accustomed to something, they're scared of change, they don't know change, and it takes a while takes a really long time, believe it or not, for a human being to change the way they think, the way they view things. You know what I mean? But me personally, like, I just feel safer, to be perfectly honest with you. I feel safer, like, if I'm at a mall, for instance, say now in New Jersey, and I know there might be a couple people carrying legally in the mall, and just say there's like an active shooter in the mall or something like that, I feel more comfortable with that. If there are, you know, people legally carrying, they could potentially save lives, right? Or protect themselves and their families. So, I mean, as long as you are a law-abiding citizen and you don't have any mental issues, then, you know, you should have the right. You should be able to carry. That's how I feel. That's how I look at it, you know? If anybody has any other opinions or whatever, put them down in the comments below. I would definitely like to see how everybody thinks about this. But anyway, what a day. What a day. Absolutely gorgeous day for a ride. I gotta shut my heated seat off because I am on fire.